people say, well, but do you get any awards? I don't care about awards. Seeing my kids become successful in life, seeing the community growing, seeing people change their lives, seeing my friends going down different paths, those are awards for me. When people are saying, hey, calling me, hey, Dalesean, I was about to get into a fight, but you know what? I had to remember, walk away, no drama today. I remember that.
You've just heard the voice of Dalesean Lynch, founder of the Amir Alliance, an incredible human being who is doing good for so many people in his community and whose story I am so excited to share with our listeners and the world. He is an inspiration, and you definitely want to hear his journey because for me, it's something that fueled me. I just want to do more good because of him. So join us today on the Hotel Club podcast. Myself, Kristy Whitford, and my co-host, Chef Adam Malley. Enjoy the episode. Cheers. Hi, Chef. How are you doing?
Good, thank you. How are you? Nice to see you again.
Good. Good to see you too. I'm doing good.
It must be that time of the week again.
It is that time of the week. We took a break last week and didn't have an episode because there was just so much going on. I mean, how are you surviving your opening? You doing all right?
I'm hanging in there.
Yeah.
It's I would say it would be fun.
Yeah.
It's a whirlwind, the industry these days.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think a lot of people know what it feels like to go through the opening, the pre-opening, right? It's everything that you need to get right before those doors open up to the public. You don't sleep. You really don't rest.
You don't, and you keep finding things that slip through the cracks. Like,
Mhm.
we need spoons.
Oh my gosh.
So you run and get the spoons that you need quickly. And
Yeah,
sometimes, those spoons take 7 weeks to come in, and
right.
then you have to get other spoons that don't quite match. But you make do.
Yeah, and no matter how many times you do it, there's still gonna be one thing missing or something that didn't arrive or a whole lot that didn't arrive. I mean, I've definitely been there. I know what you're feeling, and you're almost there. Finish line is just ahead.
It's just ahead. It's coming. It's going to be good.
Well, I hope this is like a nice little break in your wildness because we have such an amazing guest today that I am so excited to introduce you to and to our listeners to. He is an inspiring person. He's a philanthropist. He's created this amazing foundation that helps people. And it didn't come easy, coming into himself in what he's doing. It was inspired by his own life story. And I had the pleasure of meeting him a couple weeks ago in San Diego at Retail Fest. And he just had the most amazing energy. And there's something about him that's very soothing. And so I'm very excited to welcome the founder of Amir Alliance, Dalesean Lynch.
I'm
Hi.
super excited. Hello, how you doing? How you doing?
Good.
Thanks for having me.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. Thanks for having me.
We're so excited for you to be here. Please meet Chef Adam Malley here.
How you doing, Adam? Nice to meet you. Heard a lot of great things about you, Adam.
Thank you. I'm sure she paid you well for that.
I'll send you the Venmo later, okay? I mentioned Chef is going through an opening today, so thank you for being so lovely and understanding and moving our time today. So we're very excited to have you here, though.
Thank you so much. I actually really appreciate it. I couldn't have done it if you hadn't moved
No problem.
your time.
Congratulations. I know how it could be, so congrats.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wish you much success.
I appreciate it greatly.
Well, you and I, we met so briefly when we were in San Diego, and we've talked a little bit since then. I'm not going to tell it. I think it should come from the man himself. So if you could just please share with our listeners, how did you start?
First, let me just introduce myself. I'm Dalesean Lynch, and I'm from San Diego, California. I grew up here in San Diego all my life. I come from a big family. I'm one of 10. My mother was a single mother. She worked hard dearly to raise 10 kids. and I'm super blessed for that. How I started my nonprofit organization was based off of life experience. Growing up in the community, at the time, there wasn't a lot of role models. There wasn't a lot of people that I can look up to growing up. So my upbringing was very broken. And as I got to become an adult, I was seeing that my childhood was affecting my adulthood as I became a man. And I started thinking about all those things that I went through in my past, from just going without food at times, helping moms pay light bills, working at a young age, times where I couldn't focus in school because I seen so much stuff going on in my at home and just in the world on the way walking to school. So it was a struggle. One night I was out with some friends and I get into a fight, and that fight almost cost me my life. We were out hanging out, and a big brawl kind of popped off, and my brothers started fighting. And like I said, your childhood can affect your adulthood. My mother used to always tell me as a child, if your brother fight, you better fight with him, and if you don't help him when you get home, you're gonna get a whooping. So that was kind of my mentality my whole life. And we get into that fight. Next thing you know, the police was called. They do a crib side lineup. They take my brother and another friend to jail, and then later they put a warrant out for my arrest. At that time, when that warrant was put out for me, life was going good. I was just about to have my first son. I'm working. I'm working for the city of San Diego. I'm coaching high school basketball, and then boom, that happens. As I was going through all the court proceedings and stuff like that, I was asking myself, like, what could I have done differently? I realized that I could have walked away, but I knew that I was never taught to walk away. I was always taught somebody hits you first, you're going to sit there and wait to be hit. You're not even going to walk away from it because your mom, you say, as long as they hit you first, then you can hit them back. I didn't tell moms that I waited 5-10 minutes for him to hit me first when I could have just avoided it.
Your message and your motto, which I love. When I
Thank
read that, I was like, that is so cool. I'm not spoiling it. I'm not stealing your thunder, but I want to know how you came to it. It's so simple. It's beautiful.
Yes, thank you, thank you. Because going through doing those court proceedings, I was asking myself a series of questions of like, what could I have done different, and just how I got in that situation. And I was like, I should have walked away. And then I was like, man, that was some drama. And then I was like, today, and then it all just kind of flowing and came together. As I'm coming up with this mantra, I'm like, man, I'm gonna put this on a shirt. And as I put it on a T-shirt, so I cranked up some shirts. I did about 100 shirts. As I was selling them, a year go by, I'm like, man, I got to start putting my life experiences behind this. As I was selling the shirts, I was doing different events in my community, giving back, and I realized, like, I was like, this mess that happened that night turned into a whole message. Like, this message right here can actually save lives. So I ended up starting a nonprofit organization, which is called Amir Alliance for Success. My nonprofit is really based off my life experiences, things that I've been through, having struggling to go to prom, not having toys for Christmas, just various different things in my life. And I feel like there's so many kids in our community right now are going through those same type of struggles, and they don't know outlet, or they don't have the inspiration or the guidance that you can make it out and you can overcome, because you can take that life experience and turn it into a business. In the community at one point in time, I was so mad at myself, because I'm like, how did I get myself in a situation? But look what it blossomed to. It blossomed to a big organization where we're helping people, we're saving lives. So walk away no drama today is a big thing, not to just me, but everybody can relate to it. You can tell me a time where you had to walk away from drama, and then you can tell me a time where you didn't, and what was the consequences that came with it.
This is something that people face every day, whether it's a fight outside of, were you at a nightclub or a restaurant?
Yeah, I was outside of a nightclub, just leaving
Okay.
actually.
Whether you're outside of a nightclub, you see people that have so many issues on the road,
Mm.
right? Just road rage in general, but it can apply to anything. It could apply to a
It-
work day,
It's
having
great
somebody.
career advice.
Yeah. It is. It's really great advice for everybody. Just, walk away, no drama today. And when we met, that's what struck me was, this is so important for people to remember that you have a choice, and you had a choice, Dalesean, when you
Yep.
decided, you were like, no, I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm going to help people to make sure that they know they have a choice too. I mean, what inspired your foundation's name, Amir Alliance for Success?
So Amir is my son's name. So
Oh,
Amir means, if
okay.
you look at our
Nice.
logo, Amir means prince. Our logo is the shape of a crown, where those are people, alliances coming together for success. The whole organization is based off my son's name. My goal was to bring people, alliances together to become. That's how
Mhm.
we have success.
I
Thank
love that. And your son, how old is he today?
My son is 8 years old.
Is he so proud of you to see what you're doing?
And that guy, he's an amazing kid, smart kid, loving kid. Every time the teachers, that parent teacher conference, they talking about how highly, how mannerism he has, and just a great kid. Like he'll come and work with me sometimes in my mobile store. Everybody loves him. They're like, "Where's Amir? Where's Amir?" Yeah, he's
Aw.
a good kid.
I mean, he gets to see firsthand the impact that you have on the community and how you are also beloved. Because when I met you in San Diego, there were people that were around us that were like, yeah, you have to meet him. You have to meet him. Like he's community. He is someone that everybody knows here. Like we support him. And I was just so impressed and more, I was inspired by the fact that what you're doing has touched the community that you live in and continues through your message. Does your son know about that story as a whole?
My son will tell you the story. He knows it. Like he'll tell you what I do, how I do it. Like when he works with me, he'll come and tell my story. He'll tell people how we came about the mobile store, how the message came about, and what we do in the
Wow.
community. My son, he nails it all the time. Yeah, he knows.
That must make you feel so great. You are a role model that
Yes.
you may not have had, but now you're doing it, and that's awesome.
Like for to see him do it and just to be there, like I'm gonna be honest, to grow up not having a father in the home, and for me to be a father in my son's life and be there and show him where moments that he needs me, and for me to be there is a blessing. And I'm showing him like what it takes to become an entrepreneur, the sacrifices, the long days, the hard days, and he realizes that. And one day, and I told him one day you're gonna be running this business. If he tell you now, he said this is his business, and I said you're right, son. It's all yours.
He's carrying the legacy. That's
Right.
amazing. I mean, you are a philanthropist. You are a do-gooder out there. Did you imagine, like your young self, did you ever imagine that you could be that person?
No, to be honest, no. Honestly, like growing up in school, I was like the class clown. Teachers used to tell me, "Yeah, you ain't gonna be nothing, and you may be dead, you may be in juvenile hall this." But I was never like a bad kid. I just was a clown. I always cracked jokes. I, couldn't take things so serious. Lost focus all the time. But I knew my grandma passed away when I was in fifth grade, but she always used to take me to church, and she used to always instill like caring and giving back and loving, being a loving person. So I knew I was gonna be something great, but I just didn't know to this magnitude.
Oh, that's so incredible.
So, can you share how you began? Your foundation does these incredible things, such as a toy drive. You support Purple Ribbon, which I actually don't know what that is exactly,
Mhm.
but I would love to learn more about that. And then Kristy mentioned something about your prom experience. Can you share some of the
Yes.
things about that?
Yes. So I'll start with the toy drive. So this is gonna be our ninth year doing the toy drive. And the reason why I came up with this toy drive was because I grew up where, a big family, mother one of 10. And, it was hard for her, she didn't work. And it was hard for her to actually provide toys for each and every one of us. And there was times where we used to have to go stand in line at the YMCA or the American Legion, or we used to be at the rec centers to get toys. But it was times where my mom didn't have transportation to get there. So it was times where we didn't have it. We just woke up and it was nothing, or maybe it was one or two things. And as a kid, you always want something on Christmas. You wake
Mhm.
up, you don't even go to sleep that night because you want something. And there was times where my mom couldn't do it. She couldn't do it every year. So I remember that pain, and I was like, you know what? When I get older, I'm gonna put on my own toy drive, but I'm gonna make my toy drive special because I'm gonna go to those families. You ain't gotta leave. You ain't gotta drive. We come into your apartment units wherever you live. We're gonna bring a DJ. We bringing food. We doing gift cards, bikes. We're gonna do everything for those families there because I realized there was times, my first year where I was like, oh, I need a parent to come out so you can sign. And sometimes your parent ain't gonna get out the bed. Mom worked all night. Grandpa worked all day. He may not want
Mhm.
to and come stand in line. So I kind of like finding different ways to take off barriers for kids to be able to benefit from this. Like I didn't want to put up no barriers. If you got two hands, come down and grab two toys. So to be able to do that 8 years in my community is really based off me knowing what that feels like. I never just wanted, to just do it just to do it. Like I really went through this. So when I'm talking to the kids and I'm telling them my story and the things that I went without, I'm letting them know like you can one day you're gonna be in my shoes. Because you're never gonna forget that it was Dalesean Lynch, Amir Alliance for Success came here every single year and gave back. And you don't have to be a millionaire. I'm not a millionaire. You know what I have? I have the heart. And that's what it is. That's what's been leading me my whole journey is the heart, having the heart to give. The
You
proper
made so many kids happy. I mean,
thank
let's talk about that because we have to pause on the fact that you have to date given away thousands and thousands of toys.
yes.
That is incredible. And
Thank
the
you.
drives to drop off toys, like, that's amazing.
And
So
and
many kids don't have to wake up with nothing under the tree because of you.
yeah, that's so true. And I'm gonna say my community believing in me, my friends, my family, and my
Mhm.
sponsors believing in me, let them know like, hey, I have a dream, I have a vision. Can you get behind me on this? Can you support me on this? And my community, my friends, some of the club owners, restaurants, all different type of sponsors get behind me every single year to make sure we do this. And they're like, Deshaun, we're gonna do this. When the pandemic happened, we still made it happen. And I want to say that was the toughest year ever. It was
Yeah,
the toughest year ever because everybody had to wear masks. You can People couldn't have no gatherings. The apartments that we serve, they have over 600 units. So my
yeah.
sponsors and my friends, we had to go to door to deliver each bag to them.
Wow.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's incredible.
Wow.
The
yes,
fact that you
That
did
is
that.
amazing.
hmm yes. When
Oh
they were
my
saying
gosh.
no, you can't get out, you gotta have this. My sponsors, they're like, no, we're gonna still help those families because those families are gonna still be in need. Yeah, we're all going through this as a pandemic together, but we still gotta find ways to help each other. And they rallied up and they went out there with me, and I couldn't get it done without them. Like I'm super blessed with the community support that I get.
That's amazing. You're not Del Shawn anymore, you're Del Santa.
Del
Okay.
Santa.
In December.
I had to make a shirt. Walk away, no John Day, Del Santa in the back. That's dope.
Yeah,
I like
exactly.
that.
It's official. In December,
It's
your name is
official.
Del Santa.
I like
Del Santa.
that. That's dope. I'm gonna use that.
It's incredible. I mean, that I just can't even imagine, especially during COVID because everybody was so restricted, couldn't
Yes.
get out or do anything, right? But wow, wow. It's just we have to get involved. I feel
Yes.
like this is a part of what I feel is a beautiful opportunity. And this is where Chef, I kind of went crazy with my imagination because you know how I dream big. And but if you don't say it out loud, it won't happen, right? And
True.
I feel like with no child experiencing a morning where they wake up without a gift. And it doesn't matter what religion you are, what you believe in. December is the time of giving, or
Mm,
the winter season is the time of giving. So, whoever you are, every child should be able to, in some way, some shape, some form. And so, I'm going to just say it like,
Essence of hospitality in terms of giving, showing genuine care and concern and generosity. Yeah, I can't see like this is what we live for. Like
yes.
I want to cook for you. And I
oh,
want
that's
to and
Amazing.
I want to like I'm already thinking about chef friends I know who like need to be part of this. And it's good for it's also good for business to be part of this too.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It's
it
I
is.
mean it's a win for everyone.
It
Yes.
is. And the message is so important. You know what he's doing, what his foundation is doing, but how it started. This is such an important message and it's so positive. It's so
Mhm.
positive.
It's
And
very positive.
everybody can like reach in somehow, whether it's to do a dollar donation or whether it's to donate flowers, whatever it might be. Chef's gonna cook. So
That's a
boom,
blessing. Thank you.
there we go,
They'd be
you know?
excited for that. That'd be exciting.
We'll find some entertainment. We'll get someone on stage, we'll have an MC, whatever it's going to look like. It's a night where everybody could get dolled up, come
Mhm.
out, get together for a good cause, and put some presents in the hands of some children. Like,
Thank you. You don't understand how happy I am for you guys to be a part of this because it's been like on my bucket list to make this happen. But just
yeah,
wearing so many hats in business is kind of hard, and for you
yeah,
to guys to come through and help me with this is a blessing. Thank you. It's really an honor. Thank you because the community will really enjoy it, and even my sponsors. Like it's a way for me to get back to them too and let them know that thank you for, being with us year in and year out, and, and donating your time. And, like I have a couple sponsors that go to Walmart, they go on Amazon, they ordering like brand new stuff and just sending it to my house, to my Amazon wish list, like, because we do
Yeah.
wish do Amazon wish list. So I'm like, this would be a blessing too for them as well, and to kind of show my appreciation too, because I'm very, 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 very thankful for everyone who supports the organization.
We're doing this. I think like what Chef was saying, like this is what people in hospitality live for, is to be able to give back. We do so much for other people, but to be able to see it, especially go into the hands of children in need, to
Mhm.
celebrate and have fun and
Yes,
smile and feel
yes, yes,
good. That's
yes,
joy. I
yes,
will say, like, all my friends will definitely send a gift, or better yet, show up, buy a ticket and show up, have a good time, get on that floor and dance and wear
yes,
something beautiful and meet some incredible people that feel
yes.
like the same way? So we're
Hmm.
doing this.
Let's
It's
do it. I'm
happening.
sorry. Let's
So
do it.
It's
can,
happening.
can you also expound a bit on Purple Ribbon? Because I'm so ignorant of what it means. I looked it up and then I realized I actually have a connection to this, but I'd love to hear what
My
you've
connection.
done.
So,
Yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
okay, I'll tell you my connection. So my connection to the lupus. It was a lupus foundation with the Purple Ribbon, which is LeBray. She's the founder. Growing up in the community, I never knew what lupus was. She was diagnosed with it, and I was like, I really was trying to find a way how I could connect and how we can come together a 5K. And she had different drama is stress, and stress can
Mhm.
kill you. My grandma passed away from stress. My grandma didn't have any illness; it was just stress. I realized that having lupus, she was just telling me some of the things that she go through on a daily basis. Like one minute she's in a great mood, one minute her skin is doing well, the next she has an outbreak, and she's like, I don't just have lupus one month; I have it every day of my life. Put some notice on that, and let's educate the kids. So we had high school kids come out. We had mothers, grandmothers, and they were all there to actually get the information about lupus, how it attacks a lot of Black women.
It's incredible. What's your connection, Chef, to Purple Ribbon?
So if I'm not mistaken, it supports a lot of causes and aid for cures for various diseases such as
Mhm.
lupus and pancreatic cancer. And I have a relative who's suffering from pancreatic cancer. I wasn't aware of, and I've known people that have suffered from lupus too. It's really debilitating.
Yes, it
Yeah.
is. Yeah, especially being a woman. She was telling me how much money she used to buy makeup to cover her skin and her face and stuff, and
Mhm.
that's our confidence, and so it is a tough thing, and but we want to be able to shine her light, let her know she's still beautiful. We're going to be there to support you. We're actually in talks, just trying to figure out to do another 5K this year and get it going. She did move. She moved away and now she's back in San Diego. My fourth grade teacher, she passed away from breast cancer. Every year, Amir Alliance for Success, we make a custom breast cancer t-shirt. She passed away on Valentine's Day. So if you see our logos, we have hearts in there and then it's a pink ribbon and we have the date that she passed. What we did was we raised about $7,000 to put on the building that she taught for 23
Mhm.
years. On this school at Valencia Park Elementary School for 23 years. She was loved
Wow.
by the community. She took me in as a son, and she used to always tell me mothers are not always biologic. Some
Mhm.
kids come to
Mm.
school loved, and some kids come to school to be loved. I was one of those kids that came to school to be loved, and she always knew that. So when I came in her classroom, she gave me a hug. It was times where I didn't eat. She had a refrigerator in her classroom. She was like, Deshaun, I know you didn't eat last night, but here, go in here, get something to eat, and come back in and be ready to learn. And I love that woman to death for that because every teacher don't teach. They're not always about teaching for the income. It's the outcome. Seeing the kids become successful. We actually shared a birthday a day apart. Hers is September 20. Mine is September 26th, and hers is September 27th. And
Yeah.
after I graduated and went to high school, I never forgot her. I used to go back every year, bring her flowers, Starbucks, and just because she
Oh.
made impact. And you never know how you're gonna make that impact in somebody's life. She did, and I commend her. And every year I'm gonna always dedicate a shirt to her. And right now we're actually going back and forth to the school district to hang that plaque. That plaque weighs about 200 pounds, bronze plaque.
Well, then that definitely needs to be hung. What resources do you need? You need
So
someone to come
right,
and hang it?
yes, so that's the thing right now. We're going back and forth with the school district because the plaque is really heavy. So they got
Mhm.
to do some, some have to do some work to the building so we can
Some
hang it,
infrastructure. Yeah.
infrastructure on the building. But they were telling me they were going to do it for free, and now they're saying
Yeah.
it's going to be like 5,000. So my goal is to raise about 5,000 so we can put that plaque up on the
Okay.
building.
Well, we need to get that plaque up there, especially for an incredible teacher who has
Amazing.
impacted your life. You've had a lot of angels around you, that's
Yes,
for sure.
yes, yes. She's
Yeah.
huge, huge angel in my life, and like, they say that yeah, you don't get too many teachers like that, but I got that one that just blessed me and
Yeah.
molded me. Like even for my toy drive, she always wrote me a check and donated. Like I was really a son to her, and like you said, you got some people that get put in your life for a reason, and you may
Yeah.
not know the reason at that time, but as you grow and you learn, you're like you needed that, and I did. I needed that, and I would never forget her. She's gonna always have a place in my heart, and I'm gonna always talk about her. So thank
Yeah.
you for allowing me to talk about her on this platform because she was amazing.
I mean, we're gonna
Right.
call up all the Valencia students that were taught by her,
Yes.
and ask them to come forward and maybe, give a couple dollars, give
Mhm.
some love to her. So
Yes.
hopefully those kids that were there, she was there for 23 years, you said?
3 years.
Wow,
Wow.
Years.
that's
Like even on her last days, she was still getting up trying to go to work. Like she went
Oh
to
my
work tonight
gosh.
and you could not go. Yes. She was a
Yeah.
fighter. She was a lover. Like she loved her students. And for me, like I loved her so much because I wasn't I wasn't one of those kids a fast learner. She used to have to
Mhm.
sit down with me one on one, and she didn't mind doing that. It was times where she skipped out on lunch, like, "Nah, you gonna get this. Some gummy wares, whatever. We gonna get this." And she like I would never forget Miss Crockett. She's an amazing woman, and she's amazing in my community. Like I'm not the only person that she had played a role in their life. It's hundreds of us. It's hundreds of us that got say nothing but good words about her.
Okay, so how do we put money into this plaque being hung? Where do we go? Do we go to your website?
Yeah, you could go
Do
to the
you have
website. Donate.
a
Yeah, you could donate there.
donation button?
Yep. I got a
Okay,
donation button on the website. You could donate there. I'm actually probably gonna make a GoFundMe as well too, where people could donate there. Let's get this plaque up. Like she's dope. I miss her dearly. She was amazing. She was an amazing woman for real.
okay. Well, I'm gonna create a link on our website and
Okay.
our podcast where it's gonna say for Miss Crockett that
Okay.
this is gonna be to hang her plaque, and I'm gonna donate money to her plaque being hung as well. I'm not a Valencia student, but I love teachers.
Thank
So
you.
let's do this.
Thank you.
Okay, and
yeah,
she
she
I
sounds like
send
an
you
fed
a
you.
amazing
picture.
teacher.
I send you
Yeah,
a picture over the plaque too as well.
she fed you, she loved you,
Yeah.
and she knew that. I mean, what did you say that was so beautiful right now? That kids that come to receive love,
Yeah, so she
like,
said, so some kids come to school loved, and some kids
uh
come to be loved. I was one of those kids that
yeah,
came to be loved. Like she just was that extra light, when I'm walking through that door, and I had to walk to school, so there's certain things that I seen walking to school and stuff like that. But when I walked in her classroom, she had the biggest smile on her face. She had her arms open and ready to give me a hug and let me know that
yeah,
it's gonna be okay. You are okay. This is a safe
yeah.
place for you, and I'm not gonna just talk to you about math and English, but I'm gonna give you life skills. She gave me life skills. Like that woman,
Wow.
she was amazing, and that's why I recommend all the teachers to build a relationship with your students, know what's going on with them, because every kid
Yeah,
that comes to school, they got other things that they're dealing with, other problems that they're facing. So
yeah,
they may not be just a bad kid, or they don't want to listen to being defined. They're going through other things outside of that, and they don't know how to express that to you when they think your job is only here to teach math and English. So
right. It's so true. It takes a special person to become a teacher. I think on
mhm.
your next shirt, when you launch it, maybe just say "Loved by Miss Crockett,"
Yep, yep. Okay.
right? Or
Yeah,
"I love
yeah,
Miss
yeah,
Crockett."
yep,
Yeah,
yep. I can do
let's
that.
do it. All right, we're gonna make that link happen, okay, and get her plaque hung where it should be and where it belongs. That's
Thank you.
beautiful.
Thank
Well,
you.
You
thank
know,
you for
you're also you're bringing up really important points in terms of the business of hospitality, and one of the things that I've been focusing on is trying to get people to be more empathetic and understand that everyone has a story and everyone has gone through something,
Mhm.
and you may not know what it is, and it may be something that can affect their performance at work. But it's not just about their performance at work. It's like, hey, like I know people that are going through some really horrible personal times,
Yeah.
and you can't really focus on what you're doing. But I mean, that happens in school, that happens for different reasons, that happens because people don't have enough money or have enough to eat, which is really tragic. But it happens in our industry every day, and it's more prevalent. You know, I think that your organization can bring awareness to that in every phase of life.
I think you said something so profound right now, which is really, really true. And I'm
That
going to go
happens
back
once every
to
5 years.
no. You have lots of golden nuggets, chef. You're great. But this, Miss Crockett is saying some people show up to school loved, some people show up to school in need of love or to be
Mhm,
loved, right?
mhm,
So
mhm,
that just makes me feel like some people, when they step outside the door, they step outside their door loved already, or they
mhm.
step into the world
Yeah.
looking for love.
Looking for love,
You're
exactly.
either one or the other, or wanting to be loved, needing to receive love. So, going back to what you're saying, like people in work environments, no matter who you are, even in friendships, relationships, understanding that part of you, but like just taking it back to the workplace, everybody steps into work. You don't know what's going on in everyone's lives. But if you call into that energy of what Miss Crockett did, is recognize somebody, are they arriving loved or are they arriving as someone that needs to be loved?
Mhm.
How much
Yeah,
different could our day be, right?
yeah, I think
Look
that
at
is,
them.
and to add to what you're saying, that is it's so true, and I feel like it's so real because even when I was going through my court case, that was my first time ever getting in trouble, and I wasn't a trouble kid, never been to juvenile hall or nothing, none of that.
Mhm.
And when I was going through that proceeding, it looked like I was a horrible man.
Yeah.
So as what they was looking at me as with the crime, not who I am as a person. When my public defender, I love her to this day, AGQ, she made a binder full of everything that I ever done from coaching. From I had over 100 some character letters from principals, teachers, family, friends, and it was just talking about my character. I got into a fight that's something that happened that I was taught in my childhood that almost ruined my life.
Mm.
Yeah.
And they were thinking, the system was thinking, okay, let's lock him. He needs to go to jail because of this, instead of understanding, okay, this is a young man. He made a mistake. He got into a fight. Maybe he just needs to go, do some anger management. Maybe, there's other ways we can
Yeah.
help him. But
Provide
sometimes
you with a resource, you
with the
know?
resources, right? But I feel like
Yeah.
sometimes we just get that stigma of what this person committed. They don't think about why. So if I was a kid that was stealing at a grocery store, why am I stealing at a grocery store? I don't have no food.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm taking from a
Right.
business, and I get that. But the reason why I'm trying to feed my family. I'm trying to feed, my siblings. My siblings don't have any food. I'm the big brother. What do I
Yeah.
do? My mom can't do it. She's doing the best that she could. But then
Yeah.
I find myself now I'm in juvenile hall now. So if we could just like I said, step out and look out for those ones that's coming out in the world that's looking for the love and just embracing them and just guiding them and giving them the tools. Because if
Yeah.
you give them the tools, they have the tools to become successful. You can't just tell them, you got to show them how to do them, but by giving them the tools, that's how they're gonna learn how to do it. So
Yeah.
but I do agree that some people do come out in this world and they're looking for love, and then some people are loved. Some people got mom and dad in the same home. They come downstairs, they eat breakfast together, they talk about their day before they go. Love them. Bye. Some kids don't even
Yeah.
get to tell you. Their parents don't even tell them you love them every day. So
Yeah.
if somebody tells you they love you every day, how do you feel?
Sad.
Yeah, sad, and
Lonely.
those are the kids, and those are the kids that I want to be able to show love to. Those are the kids that I want to say, listen, it may be tough now, but it's not gonna be like this forever. I'll show you how I'm doing it, and I want you to embrace it because at the end of the day, all those people that telling you no, you cannot do it, no, you can do it, and you're gonna be able to prove them wrong someday.
Right.
Because I was in your shoes. I used to wear dirty clothes, holes in my shoes, and all that. I thank my mom for everything she's done because I'm going to be honest, if I didn't go through the struggle, I wouldn't be the man I am today. So
Mm.
I
Yeah.
thank my mother and my father for everything that we went through. Everything we went through, it made me who I am
Mhm.
today because now I know what it feels like to struggle and I know how it feels to go help somebody else and pull somebody else up when they down.
You are incredible. And
Thank
this
you.
is what people need to remember. These are the real things that count in the world. These are the real situations that need to be listened to and to be heard and to be felt in the heart with the soul. Like this is what matters, people. Right here, Dalesean talking about life and what it really means. And these kids are just like, how fortunate are they to come across you and for you to open up your heart to them and see them and to provide a space for them to be able to receive love.
It's
That's
such a blessing.
amazing.
It's so I'm gonna tell you a quick story. It's such of a blessing because, so you know how I do the toy drive every year, right? So it
Yeah.
was one of my good friends. He was on a place that we call Four Corners of Life. He was shooting a video on his phone, but he had on a walk away, Drama Today shirt. And it was a young boy who lived in the apartments that we gave toys to 6 months ago. Was coming up thinking he was talking to me. He came
Oh,
up to him and said, "I just want to thank you for what you
oh,
did for us. I mean, those toys, the food, I really appreciate it, and I wouldn't have it without you. And I just want to come and say thank you." My partner, he frees up. He like, what was it?
wow.
He called me and me, Dalesean, bro, what you did 6 months ago. This kid is coming and still appreciating saying thank you. He's thanking me. He thought I was you. I said, those are the awards that I want. Those are the accolades that I want. I want those kids to see the work that we're doing and how we're helping them to where one day he's going to be doing it. I know that young man is never going to forget what we do for him. When he goes off in high school, he's going to be giving back. When he goes off to college, he's not going to wait till he get to college and start giving back. He's going to do it in high school.
Yeah.
He gonna go back to his elementary school and go read books to the kids and let them know, hey, this is my way of giving back.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the moments when people say, well, do you get any awards? I don't care about awards. Seeing my kids become successful in life, seeing the community growing, seeing people change their lives, seeing my friends going down different paths, those are awards for me. When people are saying, hey, calling me, hey, Dalesean, I was about to get into a fight, but you know what? I had to remember, walk away, no drama to that. I
Yeah.
remember that. I'm
You,
sorry,
Oh.
y'all. This
well,
this podcast is amazing. I'm over here. Oh,
well,
ready.
you know,
Thank you.
some of the things that you're saying are really profound, and one thing that you just said that resonated with me. You appreciated the stuff that went on in your childhood that most people would want to forget, but you're grateful for it, and I admire you for that. Like it made yeah, it made you who you are today.
So I'm walking into a spot, where I go and just sell my shirts and network with people. And it was two young men that were inside of the line trying to get inside the club, but they're threatening to fight each other and hit each other. And I'm just like,
What?
yes, no, no lie.
Why?
And I don't know what the guy said to the other guy, what made it transpire. I just happened to be walking up. So as I'm walking up, I'm seeing the two guys arguing. And I'm just like, hey, what's up, buddy? What are you guys doing? What's going on? And they're like, nah, what you want to do? I'm like, bro, y'all not about to fight. First of all, look what y'all doing. Y'all got people in the line. Y'all in the line trying to get in the club. And this is the type of energy and the vibe that y'all going in here on. They're
Right.
not going to let you in this way. So I told the young man who was the aggressor, step out the line. Step out the line. So he didn't know. He was like, no, I'm trying to get in the club. I said, listen, step out the line. He
Mm-hmm.
still kind of go back before he finally stepped out the line. He didn't know that I'm like kind of got a lot of love in the city. So we cut the line. So he walks in with me. I left the guy that he was about to fight inside the line. So he
Yeah.
walks in the club with me. And as he walk in the club, he's like, oh man, whoa, you got us in the club to wait in line. I said, yes, I got you in. But I said, listen, the reason why I got you in, you're not thinking. You're probably in the military. He's like, oh, I am in the military. I said, you're about to lose everything for getting into a fight for what reason? You bigger than this guy as well. What you gonna prove from this? Nothing. You're not gonna win. You're gonna lose. So I get him inside. He gets inside, and the other guy that he gets into a fight, we're about to get into a fight with, comes in. I said, "You need to apologize to that man." And he said, "You know what? I was wrong." He apologized to that guy. Bought him a drink. They took a picture together. The other guy who was about to do the fight, he bought a shirt. It was like peace.
Wow.
And I was like, "That's what it got to be." Because half of the time we're not thinking. He wasn't thinking. He was just letting his ego and his pride get to him, and he's about to
Mm-hmm.
lose everything. And then you
Yeah.
about to come into somebody else's establishment and cause drama. Like how is that fair to this business that you coming in with your bad energy? Yeah, so anytime I find a way to try to spread some peace or stop something from happening, I try to jump in. And that's why people will say, why you still at these clubs and 8 at night? Because I want to stop somebody from making a bad decision because I know what it feels being out and how things can happen. But if you get somebody to talk to him and you talk to that guy, because half of the time you got to talk to him like, yeah, baby, anyway, hey, buddy, because he ain't in the right mind. But if you talk to him
Yeah.
with peace and love, man, even with security guards, I tell security guards all the time, you got to talk to them with love. even though they're doing something wrong, but you can't come with being aggressive and thinking you're gonna put out a fire being aggressive. No, you gotta say, hey, buddy, listen, you can come back in, just not tonight, yeah, a little too much. And the guy be okay, but hey, you gotta get out of here. You grabbing them, and it turns violent. So I'm always working with security guards as well too, and teaching them different approaches to deal with people while they're at work. Because at the end of the day, you gotta understand too, you gotta get off of work, and you're
Yeah.
not in that room no more. So you got, I don't know. My love is just like any way I can see it, I want to give it out, and I want to stop somebody from doing something bad because I know where it's gonna go.
Where is that fountain? Where do we tap more of that love out of? Where does that come from, Dalesean? You have, like, people crave the fountain of youth. I think people need to find the fountain of love and where you're drinking it from, because this is just so beautiful. Seriously.
Thank you.
And there's more of this that needs to be poured into the world. It's just so good. So good. And you mean it with just like such genuine intention and purpose. And you said something that I thought was so beautiful for you to loop that into, is the fact that people are doing this when they act this way, that they're also disrespecting the business of someone. The person that owns that business, you are impacting that person's bottom line too.
Yes,
Yeah.
You
yes,
know, and people
yes.
don't think about that either. All you see is, what is that thing that people say? You see red and you just go,
Right.
right? But that's not the way it works. It has a whole ripple effect to people. It's like a domino effect that you don't want others to feel, but it's so true. You know,
Mm-hmm.
good on you for doing that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And just to add to that, I tell them as well, like it's not just you came out to have a good time and hang out, but at the same time, your decisions right now will impact your family,
Yeah.
your kids, your mom, your job. So
Mhm.
if
Yeah.
you come to my place of business, you could possibly, end up you getting into a fight. You could lose your life. Somebody, but now look at your mother, your grandma, everybody hurting behind your actions. So you got to think about what you're doing when you coming outside the house as well. Think about the people that love you when you come
Yeah.
outside. It's not
Yeah.
just about you. And when you see in red, you think it's time to go because everybody's not trained to go the way you thinking they gonna go. And add what you said too about the hospitality. You guys are in that rim. You guys know you guys put on major events. Imagine somebody coming here and it's your event, tearing the event up, fighting, scuffling. That like, man, look how much hard work y'all put in. So, like you said, he just opened up a new hotel. Like, look what all the time he had to put into that. But for somebody to come that got something else going on, because it's never with you. You're like, I don't have nothing to do with this. This person coming in my face has been is bringing me and bringing this bad energy, So
Right.
I gotta tell my friends too, like, think about if it was your business. Think about if you was your mom or your dad in here working, would you
Yeah.
want her going through something like that? So yeah,
No.
walk
Look,
away, no drama today.
if the whole world walked away with no drama, we wouldn't have bad things happening, right?
Yeah,
No, it would be
It
a
would be a more
lot
peaceful place.
much better place.
Yeah.
yes.
I can see this going in every facet of
Life.
society. Yeah, I'm gonna be saying it to myself quite a lot tomorrow as well.
Yeah.
Walk away, no
All people are
drama
gonna see our
today.
chef's back. They're like, "Where's he going?" Like, not today.
Not today.
So I have to ask you, uh, and it's a totally unrelated topic, but because of my profession, what's your go-to comfort food? Just
Go
out of
to
the blue, I know.
Honestly, I like chicken. I like baked chicken. Yeah, baked chicken. I've been really big on baked chicken and Caesar salads. I
Oh,
mean,
nice.
yeah, and I like salmon too. I like salmon. I like
Uh-huh.
salmon, Brussels sprouts.
Gosh,
What
you're
is your
very
comfort food?
healthy.
What's yours?
Well, I've been eating way too much of it this week,
Mhm.
probably due to stress, but I can eat pizza 7 days a week,
Oh yeah,
three
pizza.
three times
He's
a
a New
day.
Yorker. Of course, he can eat pizza.
That's right. That's
I
right.
love I and it's kind of like an addiction. Once I start, I gotta have another one, and it
Yeah.
gets ugly. It's horrible. I need to stop. I need to walk away.
You didn't walk away, no pizza today.
That's so good. Walk away, no pizza today for you, chef.
No pizza.
You were also talking about prom, the other really great thing that chef was asking you about, and the prom experience.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
and
Okay.
this is coming up. This is like we're entering into prom season. Chef should know because he's got 2 girls.
Yes,
And
yes. And it's expensive too, chef. I tell you that. It's the prime experience. Prime itself is just expensive. Senior year is just expensive for families. And I know that. And it was a time where, like I said, for me, I couldn't afford any of the stuff to go to prom. I couldn't
Mm-hmm.
afford a suit, transportation, a prom ticket, any of those things. And all my friends was going. And I was like, man, I know my mom can't afford this right now. It's a lot going on. It's our senior year. She want to get family in town. We want to wear a nice suit for graduation. So I knew I couldn't afford it, and it was like it hurt though. It hurt a lot, and I ended up like piecing some pieces together and making it work. But it wasn't the prom that I had in mind. It wasn't like my
Mhm.
dream prom, like I really wanted it. So as I got older, I started to think about that. I'm like, man, prom wasn't even like it wasn't even all that to me. Like I didn't even get to experience it. And as I was looking around, because I coached basketball, I was seeing a lot of kids saying, "Oh, I'm like, y'all going to prom? No, I ain't going to prom. I'm not going to prom." Like, why y'all not going to prom? This is every kid wants to go to prom. But I
Mhm.
realized it was some financial issues that were going on with some of the families and some of those kids, to where they're like, I'm not about to put no more pressure on my mother, father, or my grandma. She already doing a lot to try to take care of me and to get me through this senior year. Pretty much the average family spend like over $1,000 on prom, everything I got to go through with prom. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start the prom experience. Of my bad experience, I'm gonna just start the prom experience. And the prom experience is gonna tell where kids write essays and they tell me a little bit about their life. They don't gotta go as deep, but they just tell me a little bit about their life and some of the hardships that they're going through, whatever they would like to share. What's stopping them from going to prom? So once they do that, what I do is we go to J.C. Penney's, and the kids
Mhm.
get to go in the stores closed for them. They get to go and shop and get whatever they
Wow.
want.
Wow.
From hair, makeup, nails, shoes, dresses. And the goal is, and when I'm talking to them about this, I'm like, look, I had a bad experience, but I just turned it into a positive experience for others. So you can take your things that you go through in life and you can find a way where you can help others so they don't have to go through those same things you went through. So with the prime experience, they get to get everything that they want. My first year, we didn't get to add accessories because, our budget wasn't that big. The
Yeah.
third year, we started adding accessories. They getting big watches. They getting all the women getting all the little accessories and stuff,
Jewelry, earrings,
earrings. They was excited, and
the bling bling.
yeah, the thing they was
I
happy,
mean,
and I
do
was
kids say that anymore? Am I that old? I don't
you
know.
can
Is it
say
still bling?
that, or they say the drip. They was getting all the drip, but they
Drip.
were super
Okay, there you
excited,
go.
I
and
learned something else today.
Yeah.
they were super
You have to
excited,
put on
right?
your drip, chef.
So the day of prom, and the day of prom, what we do is we actually but backtrack. So after they write their essays, what I do
Yeah.
is me and a couple of my partners will go to the school and we'll bring food for them for lunch and we'll award all the kids that we selected. We try to select between 7 to 10 kids every year. And once we reward them, we tell them a shopping date. And then that day, the shopping day, they get to go and shop and get whatever they want. And then the day of prom, we have a VIP room set up for them. They can bring their family, their dates, and we got a backdrop. They're taking photos. They got appetizers. It's just like a pre-prom event. They get to have so much fun, dancing, music. We get to talk to some of
Wow.
the parents, and that's when the parents come out and they thank our organization for what we're doing, because a lot of the parents know that because a lot of kids don't understand that by them taking out time to write that essay, nothing in life is for free. And that was
Mhm.
your ticket right there. And for you to say, you know what, I'm gonna help my mom, and not even know that you're helping your mom and dad by writing this essay, you're helping your mom and dad because they could put that money elsewhere for your senior year. And then also the young man, you can wear that prom suit to the graduation. You
Yeah.
can wear it to a job interview. Now you own your first suit as well.
Mm.
Instead of being like me at 24 and I earn my first suit. Yeah, so
Yeah.
like it's a lot of that go with it. But the mothers and the fathers, they get to just take photos with their kids, and then they like I said, they come up and thank the organization because some of them say they kids wouldn't even be able to go to prom if it wasn't for Amir Alliance for success. But I'm just grateful that they can go to prom, and that this year we got some special. One of the young ladies who went through the program is she's taking the whole head position of running the prom experience this year, and it's such an honor for her to realize, like, she's like, I've been through this, like I know what it's like. I went through the program and I know how much it helped my mom, my family. It's such a blessing. So this year she's running the whole thing. So yeah, she's a
That's
great lady.
amazing. That's so amazing. So she's coming back to help and
Yeah.
give back to the experience that she was a part of.
Yes,
That's
yes.
beautiful.
And that's
That's
what it's
really
about, passing
beautiful.
the torch. So now, she could be running that program, and then like we try. My goal
Yeah.
is to expand. I don't want to just do it at Lincoln High School. I want to do it at Morris High School, Crawford. I want to move around, even schools in LA,
Mhm.
because I feel like this experience kids will love, and it was all
Yeah.
about helping each other. Like you said, it takes a village, right? So we all
Yes.
come together and we can make it happen for them.
It takes a village, and I was sharing with Dalesean that I wanna reach out to some of my connections, especially my jewelry makers, and see if they'd like to sponsor the jewelry for their prom this year, because I think that would be just the nicest and experience on a whole level. There are so many good things that we could do together, absolutely, so I'm excited for this. And for
Yes,
anyone that wants to be a part of it, please reach out and tell
yes.
us, reach out to Dalesean, offer your services, your time, make these kids have an incredible prom.
You're focusing primarily in the San Diego area, is that correct? For
Yes,
this? Okay,
yes.
great.
Yeah,
I still have connections in restaurants down there too, so I'm gonna reach out to everyone I know.
Yeah.
thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Thank you. We
And this
alliances. This is what Amir Alliance is all about: bringing leaders together for success.
absolutely.
We're alliances for sure.
So maybe this year's like, it will be San Diego. Maybe next year you have 2 more cities that you add on to the alliance.
Yes, let's do it. I'm totally
That would
trying.
be
Let's
so
do
cool.
it.
Maybe we could do one in LA.
New York would be amazing.
Sure,
Ah,
let's do it. I feel like we all have the resources and
we
we all got
do.
we can put it together and we can make some great things happen. I feel like that's what it's about. It's not about money, it's about the resources we have and the
Yeah.
connections that we have and the friendships and the bonds that we build with one another, how we can overcome and we can save the world. We can
Yes,
save the
absolutely.
world.
Put
We can.
put your money in good places, right? Good
Yes.
places that help to fuel the future of these kids. I think it's just amazing what you're doing. I love it.
What words of wisdom would you like to share with our listeners who maybe feel like they're at the end of their rope and have made some maybe not great decisions?
I feel like what I could say, excuse me, I could say is no matter what you go through in life, we all have a past and we all come up on hard times. But it's just about what you do with those hard times. Do you sit in them and you just complain and you cry about it, or do you find ways to come up with solutions to overcome that situation? Things in business and just in life is and it's not going to always be easy. Especially being a business owner or being a father or mother, you're going to have to sacrifice. You're going to have to work and have to do these things, and you may be feeling like, hey, I'm not being the best mother or the best father or the best business owner, but at the same time you're doing the best that you could for what you have and what's going on in your life. I'm gonna be honest, don't be afraid of calling your friends. From this podcast right now, I want you guys to be my friend. And as a business owner, I feel like at times we feel like we don't have people to talk to, when we're going through things,
Hmm.
because we feel like our wives and our our moms, dad, they don't understand what we're going through because maybe they don't own a business, or they just don't we just don't feel like we're comfortable enough to talk to them. But I feel like you got good friends that are in business or doing something that you do. Don't hesitate to reach out to them and tell them when you're going through something. You see what I'm saying? Because they may be able to give you some knowledge, or they've been there before and they can tell you how it went for them and how they worked it out. I just feel like, and I believe in God. Get on your hands and knees and pray. Whatever religion you are, whatever you believe in, pray about it. And just don't ever give up. Don't ever give up. Believe in yourself. When you're going through those down times, go look yourself in the mirror and say, I'm not giving up. I'm not
Mhm.
gonna give up.
Incredible. Now you give so much to other people. With all that you do and all that you give, how do you take care of yourself?
That's a good
'Cause
question.
you have a
So
fountain, obviously. We've discovered you have a
yeah,
fountain of love that's, like, buried in your soul, and it just continues to flow.
uh, honestly, I have a couple mentors. Jeff Harper Harris, my brother, he's a good mentor. Where when I'm going through tough times, I try to reach out and I talk to them about certain things that I'm going on in life. But I build up a routine where every morning get up, I pray, and I go to the gym. And the gym is like the best way to start my day. It just let me blow off steam. From there, I just kind of like it's like a fresh start every day. I pray about it. I talk to my sisters. It's like when something's going on, I kind of try to find my selective friends and family that I can talk to, and just kind of just vent. And I also have a therapist too. I talk to my therapist all the time. He
Yeah.
always gives me different techniques to breathe in, to just what about instead of always, because I feel like as us human beings, we think about how much bad things are and what's so bad in our life. We got to think about the positive. That's what I kind of think about. When things are going wrong, I try to think about the positive. I still woke up this morning. I'm still helping. I'm still able to help people. My kids are good. They going to school. They're becoming great people. And even all the times that I feel like,
I love hearing this from you. I love that you have a ritual, you have a community that you talk with, you have an outlet, because more times I find that people just like have so much to give, but they also don't refuel and renourish themselves. So it sounds like you have a good energy in, energy out balance. That's beautiful.
oh yeah, one more. You got to take a vacation. You got to give
Yeah.
yourself from everything. You gotta take a vacation,
Chef,
even
you
if
hear
it's
that?
just
Thank
one every
you.
year.
Yes,
Even if
thank
it's
you
just
so
one
much.
time out of the year, you gotta get a vacation where the phone is off. You're not worrying about work. Because I'm gonna be honest, that's really one of my biggest things that I'm working on to this day is to have balance. I think so much about work,
Mm-hmm.
helping others.
Yep.
Like where my son and my son, my family, like, son, you always working, like and I'm like, man, I find my friends finding ways to hang out with me by going to work with me instead of
Yeah.
like, no, I need to be able to separate the two. So that's one of my biggest things going into 2024 is trying to have more balance. Know when to
Mhm.
let the computer down, know when to stop worrying about work. But when you got that heart you want to give, you're gonna always want to give. But we
Yeah.
do gotta have balance because we do have family who love us dearly, who cares about us, who cares about our beings, and in that sometimes we don't know that we're neglecting them, but we're neglecting them, and those are the people that we love. So I am on my behalf. So to answer your question, balance is one of my big things that I'm working on, and I know I'm not the only one out there in the world that struggles through balance, but we have to make some time for it. Even if it's a few hours, you start off with a few hours where you dedicate that time to whatever you need to dedicate that time to.
Really beautiful. I love your answer. Absolutely love it. And everybody, like you saying vacation, what I love about vacation is vacation clears up that time, that
Mm-hmm.
mental space, and then it gives you more peace for you
Mm-hmm.
to welcome ideas and more fuel for you to continue to create. It's like having a blank slate when you're on vacation and relaxing. Obviously, you have to relax. Like, come on. Like,
You have to relax. Chef, you got to get you a vacay. It sounds like you need a
yes.
vacay, Chef. We got to get you on a
I I need one quite
vacay.
soon, actually,
Yeah.
for all the reasons that you've just outlined.
I don't think this man's
Let
ever
me know.
taken
Let me know.
vacation.
Let me know. I'm rolling. I need one too. I'm rolling. Let me know.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have a question, and I know the answer. It just is going to be obvious because you emanate this, like it just radiates from you. But I wanted to hear just one point. What are you most grateful for? And you are like, I think of you and I think of gratitude, and it's great. I was curious as to this one.
So I'm grateful for my mentor who seen that I was going through things in life in my early 20s, and she just kind of like took me up under her wing to change my thinking patterns because growing up in the inner city, it was always about retaliating. It was always about
Hmm.
what they do to you, you better go do something back. And that was my mindset. We used to always take rides in the car. And say, for instance, if somebody did something to my brother, and I would be like, you know what, I'm not gonna let that happen. I'm about to go react. It was times she's like, you don't even know who to react on. You don't even know you about to go hurt another innocent, family, another grandmother. Somebody gonna be hurting, crying, like. So it kind of made me just like, but I'm thankful for that I changed the way that I was thinking from my youth into now, because now I'm more so about really love, and I'm more so about creating that line of peace. And no, I'm not perfect. I still make mistakes, but my goal is to be better than I was yesterday. And my mentor, one of my other mentors, Jeff Harper Harris, he saved my life. He was the guy who wrote me a character letter who stood out so much to where that when it was time to go see the judge, it's like, okay, we know this is a good man, and I know he's gonna do some great things. So for me, I'm grateful for the things that I went through in my life and the people that stepped in to guide me on my journey, and super blessed to be able to still learn and grow and still meet people like yourself like Kristy, because at
Yeah.
the end of the day, like I know this relationship is gonna grow into something even bigger. And even if it doesn't grow into something bigger, you guys are gonna always be a call away to where I can say, hey, I need help with this. Hey,
Mm.
what should I do with this? You see what I'm saying? So I'm very grateful to meet great minded people like me, or there's even on another level than me to where I can learn from. So I'm very forever grateful of my friends, my family, my supporters, my community, and San Diego as a whole. We're doing a lot of great things here in San Diego, and I'm proud of them. San Diego is on the rise, and our community is rising, and there's a lot of great people doing great things. And us keep coming together, we're going to do more and more great things. So I'm very, very blessed, and thank you, Chef.
Uh, the pleasure is entirely mine. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, I'm so grateful for this moment. You are like mind blowing me. I'm just like I'm so thankful that we met and that we had an opportunity to connect when we did. And you are just such an inspiration. I can't imagine the world without a Dalesean Lynch in it because of the ripple effect that you have on people, on your community. And, going back to what you said about all the things that have happened to you, that you're grateful for those things. Because imagine if 9 years ago, or your life didn't change, and all the people that would not have their lives impacted.
So true.
That is
That is so
it's
true.
that's insane. So everything that you stand for, like Chef is saying, you just emanate joy and gratitude, and your positivity is so infectious, and we will be here to support you 100% of like whatever we can do, we're going to do it. And we're definitely making this gala happen. I'm
Let's
so
do it.
excited for this.
Let's
Yeah,
do it.
me
Let's do it.
me too. And I'm so glad that I got to meet you and also learn your message. And it's already helped me, believe it or not. I'm sure it's helped like just people hearing it tonight or today. I'm sure it will help them too.
Yeah.
Thank you, thank you, thank you guys for having me. Is like I said, it's such an honor and a blessing. And just to put it out there, this is one of my first podcasts, and
Oh,
you guys
so
after this,
honored.
I'm gonna be honest. Like I'm a shy person. Y'all probably be like, nah, he ain't shy, but I am shy. And I've been turning down a lot of podcasts, but I don't know what made this one so special. I don't know what made me or what comfort and Chris, you just having that conversation to where like now I gotta start jumping on podcasts. I really gotta
You
start spreading
do.
the word, to the communities and to the world. But it's just like, maybe those you never know. Like I said, you never know how you guys the impact you guys just had on me, like made me feel comfortable to where I can do these podcasts. I can go and not be nervous. And so thank you. Like you guys brought something out of me that I never have done before and like really felt comfortable about doing it. So thank you guys. Thank you. I really appreciate it. And I'm super excited for our future and what we bring and what we do together. And, just different ideas that we come up with. I'm super, super excited.
Well, Delshan, this is just like the beginning of everything now. I mean, you've already been doing so many good things on your own, but sharing your voice, like you said, call your friends and your
Yes.
friends will help you. I
Yes.
think that what we've done together today is a call on our friends to help
Yes.
you do bigger things with your beautiful
Yes.
foundation. We just
Yes.
did it. Okay.
Yes.
You invited
Yes.
everybody, all these listeners, you invited us to be your friends. We are your friends. We are going to show up to help you, and we are going to do this together. We are here
Thank
for
Absolutely.
you
you.
guys. Thank you. Thank
I'm so honored that you could be with us. So grateful that we're one of your first, if your first podcast,
you.
we're like, wow, thank you for giving
Yes,
us the
yes.
privilege.
And I feel comfortable and just like you guys kind of gave me the passion. Like, okay, you can do this. And Chef, I really appreciate both you guys taking out time, and I feel like God don't make
Oh,
any mistakes. So this was supposed to happen. So
Mm.
thank
This
you.
was meant to be 100%.
yep.
Everything.
I'm glad it happened.
Thank you. Thank you for being present with us. You're such a joy, and your passion and your purpose is just changing lives every single day. So keep doing what you're doing. I'm just so excited to see what life is going to look like for you and your foundation 1 year from now, 2 years from now, 3. and how incredible of like the impact you're just going to continue to have on the world. It's incredible.
Yep.
Thank
Keep
you so
going.
much.
I got goosebumps everywhere. So excited. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much. We hope you
No
have a
problem.
wonderful evening. And then we're going to link everybody to your website to help you with the foundation, and then start donating to make sure Miss Crockett has her plaque hung up too.
All right.
All right.
Thank you. Let's do it. Thank you so much.
Of
Thank
course.
you.
All right. You guys have
Thank
a good
you.
night. Thank you.
You
so
have
much.
a good
too.
night,
We
Dalesean.
will
I
see
talk to
you
you
again.
soon. All right.
Take
Later,
care.
Chef.
All
Chef,
right.
that vacation, Chef.
I will send you a postcard.
All right. All right. You guys
I
have a
might
good
even
night.
be in San Diego, so
There we
I
go.
might get to meet you.
Come on, let's do it. Ain't nothing like being at home. At home, no.
Yeah.
All right, you guys have a good one.
Thank
All
you.
right.
You too, Dalesean. Take care.
Take care.
Bye.
Wasn't he amazing?
Oh yeah, he was great. That was awesome.
he's-
I loved his organization is amazing.
I mean,
And that takes courage to do what he did.
it takes a lot of courage, right? And then to take what has happened to him and turn it into a message for others to learn from. It's just incredible. Absolutely incredible. It's like, what drama do you have in your life that no longer serves you, and you can just walk away and do what Dalesean is doing, which is no drama today. I mean, walk away.
Walk away.
Walk away.
It would have
That's
saved
it.
me a lot of headaches.
Yeah. It would save a lot of people headaches. I mean, that's the thing. Walk away, no drama today. Gonna keep going, just moving on, doing my thing.
Yep.
Right? There we are. He was so amazing. I'm so glad that he came on and shared his message. And I'm really excited to partner with him and help his foundation grow and do good things.
Yeah.
It's beautiful,
Definitely.
right? What a good guy. I love good people like that.
I know.
Like him. He's helping people be better people. I love it.
I know. And he's gonna succeed. He's gonna
He
do
is.
well. And I love the fact that he's not in it for a mercenary reason. I think he will do well, and he'll have a business that he can pass on to his son.
He's meant to do what he's doing. That's someone that has found his purpose and his entire reason, his big why for
Yep.
existing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's what we need more of in this world. So we're going to do everything we can to support him on his journey.
I love it.
Yeah. A gala coming soon. It's
I
going to be our
know.
first gala.
It's gonna be like 3,000 people. I'm gonna be like, oh no, what am I doing? I need help.
I mean, if it were to be like something like 3,000 people, that would be mind blowing. But like maybe not year one, but maybe year one. Who knows?
Maybe
You never know. We might be surprised.
we might be
So
very, very surprised.
it's happening though. I'm excited for this. This is like, I'm gonna dedicate
I'm
time
in.
to this. Yeah. Incredible. Oh, I'm so glad we got to do this today, Chef.
Me
So
too.
happy. This was
Thank
so
you.
good. It's like fuels your soul for good, right?
I needed it.
Yeah, same. I was looking forward to this podcast episode with him, and I knew it was going to be a feel good one, but I didn't expect to feel like this really incredible energy inside of me. And now I feel like I can go for a run. It's too late. I'm not going to go running, but
You probably could. It's like 11:30 here in North Carolina, and
I do have a treadmill, so maybe I'll go over there and work some energy. I haven't used that thing once since I bought it.
Yeah, we have an exercise bike. Same thing. It's actually really convenient for hanging like your sweatshirt.
Yeah, there you go. It's a very expensive hanger.
Not much else, and it looks nice in our bedroom. But
See, good coat rack.
actually have to start using it after all that pizza.
Well, keep enjoying. And if you're eating your feelings, it happens, but it's just temporary.
Yeah, no, I know. That's got to go away soon.
Well, you have a great night. I hope the rest of your opening goes smooth and safe travels to you, okay?
Thank you. I get to go to New Hampshire on Friday, Saturday, and then I get to go home. So
Very
hopefully I'll
nice.
be home for a little bit of a stretch.
Okay. Well,
And
I'm
I
sure
will.
Mary's just like very excited for you to come home.
She is. I'm very
Yeah.
excited to go home too.
Awesome. All
All
right. Well,
right.
you sleep well, okay?
All right. You too.
Good
I'll talk to you
night.
soon.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Enjoy the treadmill. I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for listening to today's podcast. I hope that you felt inspired and that it makes you want to be a part of this incredible journey that Dalesean is on and helping others to achieve the better parts of themselves and even more greater things than they could possibly have imagined. So we'll be placing all the links in our podcast and on our website if you want to be a part of the foundation and contribute in any way towards the prom experience, towards the gala that's happening, towards the Purple Ribbon Foundation, anything that you want to be a part of, and hanging Miss Crockett's beautiful plaque up there in San Diego. Thank you for listening to today's podcast with my co-host, Chef Adam Malley, and myself, Kristy Whitford. It's the Hotel Club Podcast. Please click follow, and we look forward to sharing more amazing stories with you next week. Cheers.